Greetings. I am Space Commander Zarton from a planet that is unknown to Earthlings, as we are too close to the Sun for you to imagine that we exist. However, our world resonates to the frequency of the 6th and 7th dimensions and beyond. I say 6th and 7th, because some of our world resonates to the 6th dimension and some of our world resonates to the 7th dimension. You have a similar situation on Earth in that some of your world resonates to the 3rd dimension, and some of your world resonates to the 4th dimension. Our 6th dimensional world is much like your 3rd dimensional world, in that it is where we wear a body, as opposed to wearing our ethereal shape. Again, the situation is similar to your world in that we wear our body shape while we interact with our society, as well as when we interact with beings from realities that resonate to the 4th and 5th dimensional realities. We see that more and more of you are becoming what we call body wearers. That is, instead of being your body, you are realizing that you resonate to a higher frequency than your physical form. Therefore, even while you still choose to wear a 3rd dimensional physical earth vessel, you are remembering that you are simultaneously wearing a 4th dimensional astral body and a 5th dimensional light body. In other words, you are beginning to remember that you are much more than the physical body that you wear. More and more, you are remembering that your consciousness is quickly expanding to include the concept of you merging your 4th and 5th dimensional expressions of self. You are even having conscious experiences of being a higher dimensional version of your multidimensional self. Therefore, you are beginning to have experiences of being the you who resonates beyond the limitations of your 3rd dimensional physical form. It is for this reason that we have decided to attempt a first contact with your species. All of us galactics, as we call ourselves, who resonate to our 6th dimensional body and our 7th dimensional aura, as well as those of us who are wearing a 7th dimensional body and an 8th dimensional aura, are fully informed about the ongoing transmutation of planet Earth into a higher frequency of resonance. We have happily observed that more and more 3rd dimensional humans who are remembering their higher expressions of self, have merged with the higher dimensional aura. Therefore, they can more effectively overlight the expression of themselves that have volunteered to take an earth vessel, which is of a lower frequency than the vessel they are wearing in the higher dimensions. We, the members of your galactic family, are aware of the fact that your planet, which you call Earth, is preparing herself for a planetary shift out of the 3rd and 4th dimensional realities of time and space, and into the 5th dimensional realities of here and now. However, few of you are aware of how much your reality will change once you make the shift from your 3rd and 4th dimensional reality of time and space. Also, you may not be aware of what a difference it will make in your life, and your reality, once you release your addiction to the 3rd dimensional illusions of time and space, as well as the 3rd dimensional illusion of separation. As your consciousness expands beyond the habit of perceiving reality as based on time and space, and allow yourselves to perceive reality as being based on the now and here of the higher dimensional worlds, your perception of reality will be completely transformed. More and more of you are becoming aware of the fact that there are realities that exist beyond your 3rd dimensional physical time and space. In fact, many of you are remembering the 4th dimensional astral world experiences that you are having during your sleep and meditations. These realities are inhabited by what many of you humans call ETs, or extraterrestrial beings. You are, indeed, correct that we, the beings who resonate to the 5th dimension and beyond, are extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial means in your language as originating, existing, or occurring outside of the Earth or Earth's atmosphere. However, we would prefer to call ourselves multidimensional. You see, the 5th dimension is still encapsulated in an energy band of light. It is only when your world resonates to the 7th dimension and beyond, which has no limitations as you perceive them on your 3rd and 4th dimensional Earth, that you are totally free of the 3rd and 4th dimensional habits of perception, attention, and time and space. The 6th dimension serves as a buffer, as well as a connector, between the world of the 5th through 1st dimension in which form is common. You see, in our 7th dimensional and beyond reality, form is something that you wear in the same manner that you wear clothes. You may go around your home without wearing any clothes, but you would put them on if you were to go into what you call your physical world. In the same manner, we choose to wear a form when we communicate with those who resonate to the 3rd and 4th dimensions. However, we are pleased to see that more and more humans are beginning to consciously wear their 5th dimensional form. It is your fifth dimensional form that is the crossover form that you will wear until you have adapted to wearing a seventh dimensional formless form. In the same manner that you may choose to walk around your home without clothing, we often choose to walk around our homes with a no form of our sixth dimensional and beyond self. Often we choose to not wear a form while we are preparing to release our attachment to our lower dimensional forms. Just as you have a fourth and fifth dimensional form that can only be perceived by others who are also wearing a fourth and fifth dimensional form, we have a sixth and seventh dimensional form that can only be perceived by those who are wearing that frequency of form, or above. Those of us who resonate to a sixth dimensional form and a seventh dimensional form are in the same process of transmutation that you are in. However, you are shifting from your third dimensional form and your fourth dimensional aura, and into a higher frequency of a fifth dimensional form and a sixth dimensional aura. Within this now, we are shifting from our sixth dimensional form and seventh dimension aura into our seventh dimensional form and our eighth dimensional aura. We realize that our statements can seem very confusing to those who are only aware of the third dimensional form. In fact, until one is able to accept the concept that their form is third dimensional, but their aura is fourth dimensional, it will be difficult for them to even begin to consider the possibility of wearing a fifth dimensional form and a sixth dimensional aura. However, a fifth dimensional light form has a form, but it undulates and shifts with your every thought and emotion. Yes, you will still have thoughts and emotions in the higher dimensions, but they will be thought of as communication, rather than something that goes on within your body. Gaia, your planet, no longer uses a language that has any degree of separation from her planetary body or her planetary inhabitants and humans. Gaia has chosen to do so in an attempt to teach her humans, who somehow became the ruling species on her planet, to release their need to have a form of communication that is based on separation of communicators. Separation of thoughts, emotions, and words. And separation of the time and space. Once these separations are merged, time and space will quickly be transmuting into now. Once your time and space are not separated into two different concepts, humans will begin to be able to move beyond the third and fourth dimensional consciousness of the separation of time and space, and enter into the fifth dimensional unity consciousness of here and now. Just as the creativity and dreams of your fourth dimensional human self can expand your awareness to embrace the fifth dimension, fifth dimensional thinking and communicating can expand your awareness into the sixth and seventh dimensions. It is the rules and regulations of a third and fourth dimensional society that often limits one from allowing themselves to think in a fifth dimensional manner. In a fifth dimensional reality, the separation of people and concepts do not exist. In the same manner that your third and fourth dimensional self may choose to wear different clothing from the other humans, your fifth dimensional self may choose to wear a different form than others. Also, in the same manner that a third and fourth dimensional being can choose to change their clothes, their thoughts, and their emotions, a fifth dimensional being can choose to change the frequency of their body, the frequency of thoughts, and their personal resonance, which creates what you third dimensional beings know as emotions. Yes, we, the multidimensional, interdimensional, timeless spaceless expressions of your expanded self, still have a version of thoughts and emotions. However, our thoughts and emotions are not something we keep inside ourselves, as we are all clairvoyant, clairsentient and clairaudient. Therefore, we all can see what everyone sees. We all can feel what everyone feels, and we all can hear what everyone hears. In other words, the separation of your third and fourth dimensional world no longer exists at the frequency rate of our reality. Yes, all beings exist within the frequency band of reality, which matches the frequency of the resonance of their thoughts and emotions. These frequency bands are the forerunner, to prepare you to understand and merge with the fifth and higher dimensions that resonate beyond the third and fourth dimensional reality. These higher frequencies of reality have totally different operating systems from the reality that those on Earth are now experiencing. It is for this reason that we are beginning to educate you about higher dimensional worlds. However, more and more of the beings on Earth, we say beings as there are many beings who are far more evolved than humans, who have remembered how to jump frequency bands according to their desire. Just as you third dimensionals can switch the channels on your radio or TV when you wish to have a different experience, the higher dimensionals, as we will call them here, can switch their frequency of consciousness to match whatever frequency of reality they wish to perceive and or interact with. Those of you who are obsessed with our starships are the same ones who join your other life on the ship, or on your homeworld when you sleep, or expand your consciousness in some manner. No, you may not remember your higher dimensional experiences, because it can only be remembered by your higher frequencies of consciousness and your higher dimensional brain waves. You have all chosen to keep many of these higher dimensional secrets from yourself, because you were concerned that knowing these secrets would make your third-dimensional physical world even more confusing. Also, knowing this information could separate you from many people who are not ready to remember this interdimensional information. If you look back on Earth's history, you will see that change into new concepts and manners of thought and communication are often criticized and generally ignored. The situation is the work of the Illuminati, who still have a toehold on Earth. However, the influence of these power over others groups will be diminishing more and more as Gaia's innate frequency rate moves more and more into the fifth dimension and beyond. There are those, of course, who will not choose to expand their consciousness enough to join the higher frequencies of reality that will be popping up like spring flowers. That is, of course, their choice, and there are still many planets that do not resonate to a frequency beyond the third and fourth dimension, and are still resonating only to the third dimension. We galactics think of these planets as kindergarten, for humans that are not ready to move into a higher frequency of reality. Often, they are not ready to make this shift, because in the fifth dimension, they will no longer have the choice of power over others. Many of these persons who desire to have power over others, have failed the ascension of their former homeworld, and they will eventually fall out of Gaia's ascending reality, as Earth's rising frequency will become too high for them to resonate to that reality. Of course, they do not want to give up their many power over endeavors, and are in fact, trying for a final takeover within your third-dimensional version of Earth. What they do not realize is that they cannot take over what they cannot perceive. Since these lost ones can only perceive and believe in the third dimension, they will not perceive the birthing and expanding fifth dimensional and beyond realities that will be blooming on New Earth like spring flowers. Humanity, who has gone through many, many dark cycles on Earth, have learned that, if you don't perceive it, you won't live it. Now this works for some situations, but in order to be the master of your perceptions, you must be the master of your state of consciousness. To not experience the darkness and fear of your changing reality, you need to have personal power over your personal consciousness. If you just put your head in the sand, you will not know when to raise your conscious perceptions of reality. You also will not know what to stand up for in order to expand into your own higher frequencies of self. One very important key is to remember that if you refuse to participate in any power over others' situation, and choose to focus on service to others, you will find and expand your own power within. However, if your power within is only used to serve yourself, your consciousness will not be able to expand beyond the fourth dimension. This is because your fifth dimensional consciousness is the key to opening your awareness to your multidimensional self. If you look at your Earth history, you will see that those who chose to live their life in service to others, were the ones who became the ascended masters. On the other hand, those who chose to live their life in service to self, were either taken down, or they died alone with no one who cared for them. Dear Gaia is based on the operating system of energy out is energy back. What that means is that what you put out into your world will eventually find its way back to you. Therefore, if you are a loving, giving person, eventually you receive love and others giving to you. On the other hand, those who spent their lives in service to self, will one day find that they will not have anyone to assist them. Also, those who use their power as power over others, will find that, eventually, they will lose their power within. Some of these self-serving persons seem to live the good life, but when they leave their earth vessel during what you call death, their resonate frequency will only be able to merge with the lower astral plane. I, Commander Zarton, have overseen Earth for many of what you call years. Even if these lost ones managed to keep their body alive for many years, when they finally died to that body, their spirit could only merge with the frequency of reality which was their primary resonance while they were alive. I wish to now inform you that I, Commander Zarton, speak to you from our fleet of starships. Many of us have volunteered to take Earth vessels to assist dear planet Gaia. Therefore, we know what challenges you face on that dimension. However, you are also alive within a now that could possibly experience the process of greatly expanding your consciousness. Your consciousness has the ability to consciously direct your attention towards that which you wish to create in your life, and do not participate in that which you do not wish to experience. You also have the ability to remember your true, multidimensional self, and hopefully, assist others to remember their true multidimensional self. We see that many of you who have remembered are assisting others to remember to assist others as well. For that we say, thank you for the support that you are providing your world. In fact, we invite you to join us on our starship whenever you feel you need some information, assistance, rest, and/or recreation. From all of us on the many starships who are orbiting Gaia, to all of you who are on assignment to assist Gaia, we say thank you for your much-needed planetary service. We warmly invite you to visit our ship while wearing your higher dimensional Earth vessels, and/or during what you call sleep. Blessings from Commander Zarton.